Okay, it is April 5th, 2021. I hope everyone had a great day. This is what we're looking at for today. Another big uptrend. Not too many great entries here, unfortunately, but there are aggressive entries and there are some aggressive entries I didn't mark. I'm seeing this right here. Um, and I mean, if you wanted to go short, there's a couple short entries up here that I wouldn't do that on a day like today, but if you want to be super aggressive, you might. I posted a trade. I think it was, yeah, this one right here. If you want to check that video out, but also this one. Well, let's just get started. Let's take a look. This one I really, because I came in right at as this bar was forming, and I wanted to take it, but I just didn't have the guts, I guess, to take it. Let's really, I don't think this trend channel. We'll keep it because I want to talk about this part right here. So, so what happens here is we get this leg up, we get a break, and it makes this level, this low. It goes up, it tests it once, it bounces a little, comes back down, and tests it again. So I like that, and this was actually like a aha moment for me because all these times that I've seen, oh, all these times that I've seen double tests on Max Chart that don't look like double tests to me or whatever. I didn't think I understood it, but now I'm just looking at it tests that level. This isn't doesn't really look like it's testing that level to me right here, because it shoots right up and it's very close to this close. So I think what happens is it hits that level, comes up, tests it again, bounces up again, tests it once more. So that's why I like this, but I just didn't have the guts to pull the trigger. And I think any other, I mean, I think even on days where the trend isn't this massive, I think that's still a good trade to enter. So anyway, there's a double test right there. We hit here, comes back to this trend line again on a failed second entry short, but unfortunately you don't get a setup, or else I would have taken that. And then we get this leg up. Um, we get this leg back to this pullback back to the EMA. And I was looking at this as a two-legged pullback, even though this is a new high. You get like a little pullback here and a pullback to the EMA, but you didn't get a setup. So here you get a first entry and then a second entry. And the reason this is a second entry long is because after this, it goes down first and then comes back up. Let me make this bigger. So you get this big bar. I didn't enter on the engulfing bar. I waited for this to close. I think it would have been fine to enter on the engulfing bar, but this is a bit congested, so I was thinking I wanted to wait until it closes. Look how it bounced off the EMA as well. So that ended up being a good entry. I wish I held my runner longer, but that's okay. And like I said, I uploaded that video earlier, so if you want to check that out, feel free to. And prices come back. Let's see. This is technically the swing low, but it looks like a first entry, second entry here. Yeah. So this isn't, you can't really enter on this, unfortunately, even though that's a nice engulfing bar. Clearly looks like there are trapped shorts here. Um, First entry, this is both a second entry long and a failed second entry short. Um, so you know what? I would actually like to mark this as an aggressive trade because it is both of those. Son's playing with my mouse. Okay. Because and it's off the EMA when it has all those factors stacking in your favor. It's just that the signal bar is no good. That's why I'm marking it as aggressive. Um, if it was a good signal bar, I would not have that as lime green. I would have that as blue. Okay, sorry about that interruption. So anyway, prices come back to the EMA and this trend line, and they bounce. You wouldn't. it was hard for me to draw this exact trend line, but probably by this point you should have it. You might have this midline as the highs of the uh, trend channel, but shortly after, like right about here, you would be able to determine that that was the actual top of the channel. And it makes sense because you see the prices are bouncing off that midline. Um, so anyway, we get this bounce, some shallow corrections. So here I was watching, I really wanted to take this, but it's not the low of the swing. It is a second entry long, and it's got a little bit of space from the EMA. And this looks like the bottom of our channel still. So it's just, it's not something you can take. Also, look how it gaps down. Look how it gaps down, opens on its low and closes on its high. And it just was really you just couldn't, um, unfortunately. So anyway, prices ride up to the top of the channel, get a pullback first entry, second entry long. Nice low risk bar, 4 ticks, low risk bar off the trend line. It's below the EMA, so there's probably people trapped shorts thinking that they're finding a top like a high or low or a low or high, excuse me. So that's why I like that second entry long. Get a nice leg up, pull back. So if you missed that entry, you get a nice high or low off the trend line. That's the only reason I would enter this is because it's off the trend line. It's a higher low. So let me, you know what? Let me get a big leg up here. Yeah, you know what I bet happened here is that a lot of people probably got trapped short here, thinking that it's a double top. So that's probably why we got this nice leg up here. And you get a first entry, second entry long. The signal bar is no good though. And it's off the EMA, but it's not off the trend line. So there's two reasons why that's aggressive. I didn't, did I take that? Yeah, I think I did take this off the simulator. And it turns out to be very congestive too. So not the greatest entry. And then now we just been in some congestion. It is a little bit before 12 o'clock, which is the time when Mac tells you to stop trading, at least on Pacific time. First entry, you got a second entry short here. Or no, that's a failed second entry long, excuse me. Um, but I don't like going short here when we've been going up all day. Even though this trend channel broke, and that looks like it's almost off of that channel. Nice little trap here. So I did mark this as like a double test. You hit this price level, go back up, test it once. It's really not even a double test. If you listen to the logic I explained earlier, at least that's what I'm thinking. Because before today, I was looking at this. I would have looked at this as a triple test. Hits that price level, test it once, test it twice, test it 3 times, but that's just not really. Maybe you could say this is the first test, goes up, second test. Yeah, you could think of it like that. But on that case, you might want to enter here. Um, but yeah, that's what I saw today. Not much to analyze today. We'll see how price action unfolds over the next hour, but just a nice uptrend, very easy as long as you're following max rules. You shouldn't have had too much trouble. If you have any insight on what I was talking about with the double test, like right here and up here, please let me know. Please drop a comment or something. But otherwise, have a good day. I'll be back tomorrow.